majority of people in Lagos who do stand on the road is not because they're just being lazy. There's nothing you can tell me.
Wow.
There are more genuine things to do.
You know what? I'm a sex worker. That's how I make money. And what now?
Oh! As for me, if you like, call me an olosho and a shower, but you're not gonna sleep with me without doing anything.
Ha 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 ha! You a whore, you a prostitute. Go and tell that lecturer that said, "Oh, you need to give me your PC before I pass your grade."
That's a system.
Wait. This is the system. I'm talking about the system in Lagos.
Do you have Bumble?
Oh!
An eye for an eye. You want pussy, I want money. Hello.
In this day and age, sex has become transactional. It's now being exchanged for money, gifts, and all sorts that you can think of. Now, some people might find it normal, while others might be totally against it. Today, we're going to be finding out how this works and how sex gets transactional. Don't be too quick to judge because this is going to touch everybody. Trust me. On that note, I want to welcome you to the Salon Session powered by MoBeautyBar. My name is Brandon, your host, and without wasting more time, we're going to meet our distinguished guests for today's episode. How are you guys doing? You guys look amazing. How are you? Can we start on the left side, my left? What's your name, please?
Hi guys, I'm Nani.
Okay, nice to meet you, Nani. Okay.
Hello, I'm Norma.
Norma.
Yes.
Hi, I'm Kemsi.
Kemsi, all right. Nice to meet you guys. Like I said, you guys look good.
Thank you so much.
So today, the topic, as we know, is we're talking about sex workers in Lagos.
Yes.
But now the thing is sex workers, when people say sex workers, the first thing that comes to mind is people that stand on the roadside and probably are waiting for their customer for the night. So no, we're not going to look at it that way. We're trying to look at it in maybe in a transactional way, in a general way. So that is maybe before a lady gives herself to a man, she has to get something in return. That's what we're looking at. So I want to know, like, how did we get here? Where did all of this start? Who was that first woman that looked into a man's eye and said, "Oh God, please, before we do anything tonight, you must pay me a certain amount of money"? How did we get here?
I think the conversation ticked me off when you said, what does it take for a man? What does it take for a woman to say, okay, this is, to give it up for a man?
Yes.
Who said that? What does it take for a man to be able to to be able to be like, okay, I am for one woman, I am for this person. Before I give it up to anybody, it's going to be a reasonable relationship. Why is it only left to the women to be the one to be conservative and have to give it up for a man?
So if I'm getting it right, are you trying to say that it was a man that first of all said, "Oh, please, can I pay you to sleep with you," for example?
If you can't say the men are the enabler, then what? Because if you don't pay, the services won't be received. The men are the enablers. If a man is ready to drop $10,000 on a night of 5 seconds pleasure, who truly is the enabler? Why won't you take an advantage? When you talk to men when I talk to my male friends or a man of whatever standard and you have conversations, especially when it comes to my age mate, you hear, "Oh, yeah, if you think it's hard, then become a man. You women, it's easier for you to do this." They also want this life. If they could, they would. But they do though on the DL. Well, that's not the topic for the
No,
today.
but I'm sure if you offered the man a chance to sleep with a woman for free, he would definitely take that. I don't think he decided that, you know what, I want to pay you money.
Since he can take it for free, why is he paying for it? Why is he paying
Maybe
so much?
Maybe because the lady has put up that standard, that condition that you must pay before I give it to you.
Okay,
No.
so wait.
Okay, no, feel free. None, you tell
I
me.
feel like it's because the man don't want a commitment.
Okay.
So some of them make that, how do I say it? They feel like if they do something for you, they can just be with you and just do something for you. That's all.
Okay.
And they don't want to be in a relationship with you.
Okay.
I agree. And I actually think it's not fair to the women when they try to make this sex thing a woman thing.
Okay.
Because if the men are not asking, if you're
Exactly.
not asking, we're not giving.
If they're not paying,
So
services
it's unfair
won't
to
be
say,
happening.
You say the women, they are olosho, they are this, and the men are being...
No,
I think
definitely. We're
it's
still
fair
going to
on
get
women.
into the men for sure. I agree with what you're saying. That
And I
men
don't, it's
are
not like,
enablers.
it's not a thing of I want to be controversial, but you see, that we have an elite here in Lagos and in Nigeria that preaches that, it's a gender switch from he to she, and she's phenomenal. And she gives advice on that how the men are paying for transactions and how much they pay for transactions. At the end of the day, a conversation is always like, oh yeah, the women are easy to give it up. The men are easy. Men are so easy. They're the easiest human beings I know.
Very easy to control.
I can just wink an eye and they think that's a connection. That's it.
Men
I
don't
agree
even
with
have
you.
spec.
No. So now
Men
now I'm asking you, it's very easy to label a woman, oh, she's an ashawo, oh, this one is like this, oh, this one. It's very easy in the club, you enter the club, you're dancing to yourself, a man is touching you all sorts of ways.
I'm telling you.
Because they think you're comfortable to vibe that way. For you to vibe, you have to touch my private parts.
Okay.
And they think that's acceptable. But then when I say, you know what? How about if you pay a bill?
Yeah, because
Now I'm a gold
because
digger.
because
So
I
okay, yeah, go on. Let me hear what you
because
say.
I think when it comes to a man coming to a woman, like before a man can approach me, like I have to watch it. So my
Yeah.
hair is done, my dress is there, everything is on check.
Okay.
So what are we talking about?
Exactly.
So if you pay something to touch me, how is your problem?
Okay.
Why are you so
Why is there a
comfortable?
problem?
Why are you so comfortable touching me, telling me how
Exactly.
Why are you so
If I'm not
comfortable
looking
being
it.
But
in
body
the
no
club?
be firewood.
Exactly.
But man, I mean, when we're men, right, we see how you guys look good and we might want it. But the thing now is that you actually answered my question.
Oh.
You said you think about it and you feel like, okay, if you want this, then why not just, let me give you a little billion for you to take. And that's what I wanted to know, like, why,
Yeah.
how did that start?
Because women are, God forbid a girl is honey. Women are shamed for being honey. A girl can't be honey and be confident
Expressive
in
about
being
it.
sexually
Be
liberal.
expressive
It's,
about
God
it.
forbid a girl is honey.
True. You can hide it, but
You
the
can
men
hide
don't.
it. And if you say it, oh, you're
You
too
know that
vulgar.
you
Oh,
can-
no.
exactly.
But men come to me saying, oh, yeah, tonight's going to go down. Tonight, I'm going to score up the scores. Tonight, they're very comfortable telling you anything you want. But when I tell you, you know what, this dick tonight, I want it properly, you're going to be like, oh, my God.
Yeah,
She's
this
so,
guy-
she's so vulgar.
Exactly.
Oh, she's an
Exactly.
ashawo. She's a this. She's a that. But hey,
Make it make sense. Make
Who
it
labeled?
make sense.
Who labeled? What is a sex? What is the prostitute? Where do we cross the line? What is the boundary?
I want to talk about Lagos babes today, right? You're smiling. So our relationships today, do you think that the average Lagos babe is in a transactional relationship one way or the other?
Yeah.
Why do you think so?
When I came to Lagos the first time, like in general, Nigeria, do you know what they told me? There's no relationship in Lagos. Why? Because
Same here, girl.
yeah, because I feel it's a reality that Lagos men no longer keep one woman.
Okay.
I know a few. Today they're with this woman, tomorrow another one, next day another one, like a whole month they're with 30 women.
Okay.
So
And are they doing the same thing for all of them? Like they're literally paying them to
it's
be with
nothing
them?
for a Lagos guy to take you out to club, give you 1 million, buy you anything you want. It's nothing. It's like hello. It's like a greeting.
It's like a good thing.
Yeah, it is. Don't you feel so?
No.
So if all those things is not considered a special thing, he's doing it for everybody. So why do I want to be in a relationship with that person?
No, I see.
I'd
your
rather
point.
it be transactional.
I see.
Yeah.
So are you trying to say that basically because there's no much love to give, you just jump on the bandwagon?
Not that there is not much love to give. There is no genuine man to give the love to in these
So you
Lagos.
don't bother wasting your time
Yeah.
looking for
and
the
my
love.
and my
you
heart
just join.
is too precious to break.
I get you.
Men in Lagos don't actually, have a particular lady they are into. So they are everywhere. They are into this person, they are into that person. So if you have genuine love to give, there's nobody to give it to.
I
Tell me
just
your
feel
view.
like when it became transactional is if a man cannot say, oh, I'm sorry, this is not the type. If a woman approaches and be like, oh, yeah, if you're going to sleep with me, he can easily say, oh, sorry, I'm not interested. That's not what I'm into. This is what I'm into. If I'm making it transactional, it's because there's an audience, a huge audience for it. You would not sell a business You will not be a smart business person would never sell something where they don't have a good audience, right? And you know, we women were smart, so.
What do you call someone that cannot fall in love with the guy that don't have money?
Okay.
A girl that cannot
Fall in love with the guy that doesn't have money.
Ambitious. She don't want to suffer. Why must she want to suffer?
Thank you, because as for me, I cannot date a guy that don't have money.
Okay.
Yeah.
And even before you take me out on a date, I would have already billed you.
Oh, okay. So money drives you when it comes to relationship.
Money is always the first thing.
You look out for.
Wait.
Are you
One conversation.
So let's try and have like a little understanding of
Maybe.
the background, because
Okay.
I know you both are Nigerians and Noni, you're Kenyan, right?
Yeah.
What was your experience coming to Nigeria? Can you tell me about that?
I don't know, but as for me, I feel like if I can take care of myself to a certain level, so if I want to have a guy, he must be able to take care of me more than I can take care of myself.
Okay, so wait, before that, I wanted to know your coming to Nigeria. What was the experience like for you?
Okay, coming to Nigeria, I can't really say I've had any bad experience. It's always good experience. You know, when you come to Nigeria and they're like, oh, this one is from Kenya. You know?
Yeah, because we hear it all the time. Kenyan babes, they come
Kenya,
here for
East Africa. I don't know,
hookup
there's a
and
thing-
sex and all that.
There's a thing with Nigerian men and East African babes. Yeah, so Nigerian men treat women more better. But no relationship in Lagos.
No
I
relationship
think
in
it
Lagos.
depends on the mindset. Like, I would never, as a Nigerian girl, I would never. Money is not the first thing I look out for. It's not like I don't want the person to be comfortable, but like what I look at for outrightly is not money. Maybe character. Maybe what are you doing for yourself? If I really want to be in a serious relationship, right? It's not money. Is it what? No. I think the other thing.
I think
character.
also, do you know, I think also your background or your experiences in life shapes you on how you want to choose your partner.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because personally for me, I am not going to deal with a broke man. Not solely because the fact that he's broke, it's for the fact that in so many terms, I've seen women go through situations that they build a man. When they're done building the man, then he...
But it's not. But remember, it's not every lady that stick with a man and build with him that end up getting disappointed.
In that relationship that she's building with the man, she's giving up her pussy for the free for, you know, an obnoxious amount of years. For what? That could go left or right without being married, without being proposed to the ring. So yes, it could be hypocritical. It's just that people, you know, judge people's sins differently than the ones they are sinning themselves, if you get what I mean.
So, have you been paid for sex before? So tell me about the experience. What was it like?
So I have this, my friend. His name is X. Let's put it as X.
Sure.
So he owns a club and he always invites me to his club. So I met his friend and he kind of liked me. I liked him too, but girl can't just give it up like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
When you say like that, what do you mean? Is it because you're saying money-wise?
Okay, like I cannot just sleep with a man like that. You gotta have something to offer me.
Exactly.
My preference is a man cannot sleep with me without me getting something in return. And I'm not advising anyone to follow my lead. Everyone has their own life, so that's me. If it is money, if you give me a car, I can't refuse. If you buy me a house, I can't refuse. Yeah.
No matter what he looks like, even if he's not attractive to you.
That's what I'm
normally
trying to
he's not your
ask.
type.
But she
Okay,
said
let me
money
tell
drives
you.
her.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Let me tell
Hold
you,
on.
a lot of times, it's always guys I can, you know, Nigerian men are fine, so what are you saying?
Okay.
Nigerian men, they spoil girls more. And they're very generous and they're loving, they're caring. Yeah. When they're all about you, you're gonna be well taken care of. See yourself now.
Thank you.
No, but it's true.
When I grew up, when I say, well, I mean like secondary school wise, back then, the boyfriends we used to have and then would take their father's car on Saturdays, take you, buy you Mr. Biggs, Mr. Fans, and give you pocket money of whatever their father or parents gave to them. It's a thing of taking care of their girlfriends. Taking care of their girlfriends it was a thing. So why is it so frowned upon to take care of someone you like?
But you know,
if you meet a girl you like,
Mhm.
you guys have a rapport. Why don't you want her to look? Why don't you want to give her money?
But there's still a difference between girlfriend and olosho.
Okay, and also there's a
Giving
difference between
Olosho.
girlfriend and a
Let me
talking
tell you the
stage and a
difference.
girl you like.
Let me tell you the difference.
Okay, tell me.
The difference is the packaging of how we ask for money.
So the difference between a normal girlfriend and an
because all of
olosho
us
is
ask
just the
for money.
packaging.
Am I
Okay,
lying?
I'm not going to
Every
lie. This
woman
is where I
asks for
come
money.
in, and that's where I'm, controversial with women. My thing is, if you're a sex worker, hold it to chest.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Because that is how you get ridiculed.
Exactly.
That is how you get in. If you're a sex worker, hold it to chest and you say, you know what? Fuck it, I'm already doing the deed. And
Exactly.
Because
what
those-
you going to do?
Because people who because that's the confusion.
Yes.
If you're a sex worker,
There's nothing like,
I'm
there's
a
nothing
sex
like
worker.
packaging.
Because people are making
Because they're
some people who are not into it that we are being generalized. Do you get it?
I think my definition of it is we should stand on what it is we do, we
Yes.
believe.
Be proud of what you
Be
do.
proud of it, because if married men can come into Lagos society and act a fool of however they want to and be like, men are polygamous, and society just accepts. Why can't a woman stand and say, you know what?
Exactly.
I'm a sex worker, that's how I make money, and what now?
See, do you know what? As for me, if you like, call me an olosho and a shower, but you're not gonna sleep with me without
That's the
getting,
main thing.
without doing anything for me. Yes, anything that someone wants to call me, just call it.
Look, do you feel like some babes are jealous actually? Because when you do what you do, you sleep with a guy, you get money. You're probably buying, a new Birkin, you're buying new clothes and stuff
I don't
like
feel
that.
like they're jealous, because if they wanted to, they can do it. I feel like
No, girl,
They're
I
not-
disagree
not
with
for
you.
me.
Girls are jealous, girl.
I don't think if you wanted, you can do it. Upbringing matters.
So many
you
factors.
just travel from Kenya to Nigeria,
Yeah.
and maybe that your background is different. Someone like me who have stayed in Nigeria, but some things you want to do, but there's a way you are brought up.
okay.
There's some things you cannot do because you are looking back home. You want to say, if my brother catches me, if my mother, that upbringing are what is limiting some people.
Okay.
Some of us.
What if, you get home and this guy is probably like a kidnapper or something? Like, how do you ensure safety, basically?
Okay, like, it's not like something I do like every day or more often. It's when I happen to meet someone that I'm sure of, I know the person through someone, that I'm aware that I'm 100% safe. Yeah, then I can go for it.
To me, personally, I think let's be realistic. It's a luck thing, it's a chance thing. And especially in a country, unfortunately, there's no system put in place. Everyone is a snooze, you lose type of situation. If you don't do what you have to do, you have to be street smart, like say it in a layman's language. You have to be street smart. You have to, in my language, they say you have to put your eyes on the ground and know how to save yourself in the situation, because you're in a country where the average salary is 70,000 naira and a bag of rice is 80,000 naira. It does not make sense. So when people try to do what they have to do I'm not going to blame them. It's easy to make money with pussy. It's easy. It's an easy way out. So I don't blame women. In a country, there's no system. The government failed them. The whole country failed them.
And the men pay easily.
And then the men also failed them. The people who are supposed to be protectors and providers are enabling them to be something of less than, and then point and be like, ha, you a whore, you a prostitute.
No, I don't agree with you on that.
Why? How?
I think the government have failed, everything have failed, but it is not the reason some people are doing what they are doing, please. There's so many things you can do with your hands to earn money.
We are just being
Exactly.
How much money?
How much to take care of yourself at
How
least,
much
to start
money?
with.
That's how much is it?
Can I ask you something? How much money do you-
The truth is that sometimes the society have made this look like you have to do your hair in Lekki, you have to do this one. There's still other things you can
Humble
do to earn
beginnings,
money.
right? Start off small.
Okay.
There's
Can I
some
ask
things you can do
something?
to start small to
Can I ask
earn money
something?
without going to sleep up and down for.
Yeah.
And that's on that part. Secondly, to think of it, do you know that people who are in the relationship, who actually know who they are dating, know their family, they get killed. They get used for ritual. So there's no measure, there's nothing you can do to measure how whether someone is going
Safety.
to use you for safety. Because even people, you can hear on the news sometimes your boyfriend
It's a
behead.
lock.
Yeah.
So
It's a lock thing.
it's not like there's anything
But wait,
you
what
can
about
do.
people that don't have the choice? Maybe they're brought in at a young age and they are forced into sex trafficking and things like that.
Okay, that for them, it's like a sort of, it's not their fault. It's not their fault, but trust me, majority of people in Lagos who do stand on the road is not because they're just being lazy. There's nothing you can tell me.
Wow.
There
I
are
like
more
how you hate
genuine
the
things
hammer
to being
lazy.
lazy. It's not all women anyways, but in Lagos especially, everybody is just using the government is bad, the system is to be doing all kinds of stuff. But in reality, it's not true. There are so many things you can do as a lady. In fact, there are some companies, offices that are looking for people to work for them. They are nowhere to be found because you feel like, if you go to work, monthly you'll be getting 200K, and maybe when you stand on the road per night you're getting 500K. It's just crazy. So many people, ladies in Lagos, why they choose to sleep around is simply because they are lazy. They don't want to be responsible. They don't want to wake up. Some people will tell you that, I can't wake up early in the morning and start getting ready for work and all that. So to them, that's the reason. So laziness is part of it.
Not being lazy. Let's just say
In
if
Lagos,
that's a stretch.
No.
Even if it's
Hold
in
up, hold
Lagos.
up.
In Lagos, girls are getting lazy. Everybody is doing
Right.
fake it till you make it. Everybody's fine with that mentality.
But
I
why?
have to be this, I have to be that.
Why?
There are so many
Whose
things you
validation
can
are they
do.
looking for?
So many times.
Hold on,
times.
guys, hold on.
Whose
Because
validation are they
Guys,
looking
let her
for?
finish,
So
please.
many
Yeah?
times, I'm an admin in my company, so sometimes I get people who are interviewed.
Yeah.
Young people are not ready to work. Let's call it what it is. Everybody wants to make it quickly. So you're
Quickly.
checking, if I go and work in solo place, 200,000 naira per month, and if I stand on the road and the man picks me up when 1 million per night, that is what it is.
That's not true.
Nobody should say government is this.
You can get pussy for
Nigerian
20K.
government
Don't
is
say
bad.
Don't say.
Don't get me
say
wrong.
pussy.
The government is not
Don't say
doing their
selling
job.
pussy
Yeah.
means you
Society
get
has
a
failed us
million.
as
Yeah.
women.
Who don't get a
True.
million?
But
There are people standing on
we
road
women
Norma,
are
hold on,
becoming-
Norma, hold on.
We are
To
just
survive.
using government to,
I think that's
to
wrong.
cover up what we do. We are becoming too lazy.
For you to say, oh, because women are becoming lazy, that is why they end up selling pussy for money. That, to me, straight up, that is very insensitive to say that. Because, different backgrounds, different upbringings, different situations. And also, people are affected by trauma differently. And people, for example, I would say, people who are raised in religious homes come out and they're very secluded to themselves, or they come out from their homes being the biggest olosho and ashawo you will ever meet. So it's situational. It's very insensitive to say they're lazy.
Yeah.
Too lazy to do. Start small. Do something. You will see some people, they have iPhone 16 Pro Max or whatever, but you cannot take a picture online and post and say, I'm selling so this. You have to start somewhere. It's not everything is not on government. Government will not tell you what to do. And sometimes we forget our upbringing. It's just few people in Lagos, especially Lagos. I don't know what it is, but Lagos, they're making young people who work hard, like me, to feel like I'm not doing enough, because somebody that is doing something you are doing, the person is driving a car, and you're like, but we are earning the same salary, but because they have sugar daddy somewhere, you want people to feel
you
want
married?
to. Yes.
You're married?
No, I'm not.
Are you single?
Yeah, I am very much single, but I'm not single. I'm dating, and yes, of course, I'll find true love. Why not? Well, even though we said there's no genuine people out there to give love to, there are still, some people, that are willing or that are stable when it comes to relationship. To be honest,
When you're
Yeah.
going to choose someone, are you going to choose someone who is financially stable?
That's why she
Or-
said she's
wait,
going
wait,
for
Nani,
the
hold
love.
on.
wait,
Nani,
please.
hold
Or
on.
are you going to choose someone who you can build with?
okay,
Does it matter to you?
if I'm going to choose someone who is financially
Stable, or you choose someone who you want that it's okay, it's fine, I'll build you and I'll build with you.
First of all, when I'm in relationship, first of all, I look at character. It might not work for you. I don't look for money first. If a young man is struggling to make it, you're not lazy. You have something you are doing, but it's not yielding what you want it to yet. We can work it together.
Okay,
Suffer.
my
Yes.
question
We
is,
can-
when
we
you
can
work it
work it out.
together and you get there and he leaves you,
That's the problem.
wait. Why is it so wrong for you to have insurance?
So
before heading into a game. When men.
So all of us are going to marry people that is already made. That's the problem.
But when
All
a
of
man
us
is having a decision,
all of
he
us
has
are going to marry
checklists.
already
But
made
a
men.
man has a checklist when he wants to
And
marry a
when
woman.
That's-
Or the
I'm not
woman
gonna
must
suffer
cook. Or
with
the
anyone.
woman must be like this.
all of us.
Oh, she has to come from
reality
Wait, I
is-
can barely hear
The
you
reality
guys.
is we all know
And these
married,
women,
already made men.
wait,
Let's
babe,
leave
and
this
babe,
thing.
let's put it to
Let's
test.
leave
The
this
women
thing.
you're saying they are lazy are doing these things. Oh, they want
In
for
Lagos, so
in Lagos,
girls are
okay,
lazy.
Wait.
They are
yes,
looking for
but
quicker ways to
invalid.
make
Hold
whose
up, guys. Hold up,
validation
hold
are
up,
they
hold up.
looking for?
Mercy,
Whose
I think.
validation are they looking
Mercy, I
for?
think we heard
Men.
your point, and Norma, you're obviously against it.
Yeah,
So can
I
we
am
get-
totally because you can't say people are selling their pussy for one. It's not the truth. The one standing on the road, there are people selling their pussy for less than €1, which is less than 20,000 naira. Because they see it differently, they're like, oh, that's wrong. But you're doing the same thing. It's the same thing, different fonts. You know.
What she's saying now that you don't need to sell your pussy, that you can
don't need to
actually
do that.
use
There are so many
your
things
other
to
parts
do.
like your
Say,
hands
okay,
and the
go and
rest.
tell that lecturer that said, oh, you need to give me your pussy before I pass your grade.
That's
go
a
and tell,
that's a
wait,
system.
wait,
That's
wait,
a different-
this is
wait,
the
no.
system. I'm talking
That's
about
a
the system
system.
in Lagos.
No,
I'm talking about the
Mercy.
system in
I know.
Nigeria. I'm talking
See,
about, wait,
Mercy,
now, let me
Mercy.
finish.
Sorry,
Go
hold
and
on.
tell that manager that would want to see you turn around. Let me see that ass first.
of
Yeah.
us are
Mercy,
working.
hold
from
on.
outside.
Some of
Oh,
us are
God.
I'm
working
talking about
and
the
we're not
working.
sleeping
I
with
am
managers.
talking about
Some
the
of us are working
I didn't know-
and we're not sleeping with managers.
But you said
It's
some.
not- it's not
What's the
every-
keyword? What's the
it's
keyword?
not-
What's the
some of
keyword?
us are working.
Some.
of us are
But
working.
many.
So-
Many what?
so
Many
if-
are.
Okay, hold on. If you have gone to interview and someone said, oh, you have to do this, I know they do it, but that is not the yardstick. It's not the main reason people are selling themselves for money. In Lagos, everybody just wants to make it. Everybody just wants to look big. You want to do your. We're just being lazy. In Lagos, ba.
So what
We're
about
just
the
being
men
lazy.
that don't want relationship?
The men that don't want relationship.
Yeah.
They don't want relationship
Can
because
I
they
ask
know you are there to
something? Can I ask you
satisfy
some-
them.
Can I ask you something?
They know you are there.
Can I ask you something?
They know you are there.
Wait, yeah, a man can date. Wait,
know
so
you are
are you
there.
telling me as a man you've dated for 7 years doesn't know you're there, that you always come back, you will always forgive him, you will always
Yes,
be there,
ma'am.
do things he wouldn't want to do? Is there not so many cases like that?
Because
Day
he
in,
knows
day
your bare
out,
minimum.
Oh, they put, oh, you see, oh, then he's been there for me for ups and downs, downs and ups and downs. You know what the ups and downs are? She has seen, come on.
Okay,
She has
okay,
seen
guys.
Shege Banza Pro Max Bonanza.
I'm not seeing that one.
Okay, guys.
I'm just.
Mercy.
Under the
Mercy.
name of being loyal to a man, and then the man doesn't receive the same loyalty.
The same
and
man
then
that
will
when
with
it,
different
God forbid
women
a
every
woman
day.
says, you know what? Then
No.
this loyalty, I'm going an eye for an eye. You want pussy, I want money.
Yeah.
Hello.
What is the standard for a Lagos man?
Just
Nani,
have big bum bum.
if she not getting big bum bum, uncle.
They got your village.
Hey.
So I'd rather go for the money than love. Because the money stays and the man can fly away.
Do you have bum bum?
Eh?
Yeah.
I'm from East Africa. Is that a
I
question?
better just show me a little. Show me, let me see. Is it BBL or which one?
Oh, no, it's natural. So
Natural
Oh my
yash.
God.
yeah.
Okay. All right, now I understand. No worries.
Thank you, MoBeautyBar. I really, really do love my hair. The coils, everything. I love it.
I understand. Well, yeah, guys, as you can see, the topic is very sensitive and it can go either ways, to be honest.
Of
Some people are
course.
willingly, going into it, and some it's not by choice. They're just kind
Yeah.
of forced into it.
Yeah.
You would say that it might be your only choice. You might say that
I
you can
just-
find
yeah.
other ways to go
Yeah.
about
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
But regardless, it's a controversial one.
Yeah.
But that is all the time we have for this episode. I
Oh,
really enjoyed your vibes, and I'm sure you guys did too at home. Thank you all for watching. This is still the Salon Session powered by MoBeautyBar. And I'm still your host, Brandon.